So, welcome back, Catherine.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. Um, just wanna just start off light. How is everything going for you? How was your day? How was your way over here?
My day's going well so far. Still thinking about what my options are going to be and how the next couple of months are going to play out. But just trying to take it one day at a time.
Okay, well that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So just want to remind you that about confidentiality, whatever goes on in this office is between you and me. The only thing that would stand in the way of that is if you are a harm to yourself or to others, then I will have to report that to officials and police and things like that. But other than that, it's going to be confidential between us. So I know that our last meeting, you were kind of, just having some difficulties, like finding where you were going to live and what you just were going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, just tell me a little bit more about how, things have been going, how you're feeling, like.
I'm feeling stressed about finding a new place to live and considering the homeless shelter. I am very nervous about how the transition will be, as well as how the kids will react to moving to such a different environment, as well as changing schools. I'm not sure what our options will be for moving, and I'm not sure what the timeline looks like, but I would love for them to finish out their school year, and then I guess we would have to consider the move, but just stressful, and I guess we're all very nervous, but we're just trying to accept that we have to move.
Okay, so it's good that at least you have that part, like the acceptance part, in the way, because feeling stressed and not being able to handle it could be even more stressful, I guess. So have you seeked out any kind of just support from like anyone that you know, any other?
We've got support from our neighbors, as well as the kids' teachers have been really welcoming, but we haven't sought professional opinions, but just from like our community, as well as the teachers, have been really thoughtful in helping.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. So I kind of just want to get to know you a bit more better, and just are you more of a like spiritual person? Are you more like a religious kind of? What can you kind of connect with in times of need and stress?
In times of stress, we connect on a religious level. We go to church every Sunday, so we know that's always there for us. And yeah, spiritual.
Do you go to any kind of like church groups, or any, other than going to churches on Sundays, do you go to any kind of like support things, any Bible sessions where you have like that kind of connection with other people?
The kids go to the religious classes every week, so they get like, it's called like CCD. They have like the CCD classes for them, and then I go to a Bible reading class as well.
Can you elaborate more on what CCD is?
It's like a class for the kids every week, and they learn about the religion, as well as like getting to know other kids as well. So it's like
Sunday
fun.
school.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's like fun for them, and it's something they do look forward to.
And you say that you go to
Bible study. Yes.
And do you feel like going to Bible study and having this religious like connection that you have, do you feel like it helps out in your time of need? Do you what do you do like when you're stressed? Do you just sit and for like relax for a minute and pray? Like, does it help you out in any way?
We try and pray as a family every night together, like before the kids go to bed. And I guess in stress, it's hard to find time to sometimes because of like the stress of everything and moving around, but we try and find time when we can to pray. It's relaxing.
Relaxing. Well, that's good. It's always good to have something that you know that's gonna be like stress free, and you know that you're gonna like be calm and things. So that's really good. I know that in our last session you mentioned that you had a lot of anxiety and episodes of depression, and I never got to ask if you went and sought out professional help for it. So do you specifically go to somebody for that, or?
I haven't sought professional help for it, but in our general like physician appointment, I mentioned it to our doctor there. They recommended going to therapy if I felt like I needed to, but I couldn't afford the therapist. But the Bible study's been pretty helpful, and we have time to do that. Kind of just like de-stress a little there, but no professional opinions.
Okay. Have you ever like sought out to get any kind of medication for it to like help take the edge off of your anxiety and depression, or has that not?
I've considered it. I just don't know how to like go about finding it or how much it would cost. Those are like big factors.
Do you currently have any sort of like insurance? Any kind of Medicaid?
Yes, we have Medicare.
Medicare.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know why I said Medicaid.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's Medicaid.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right. So not that I want to like intrude into your personal life or anything like that. Just want to get to know you a bit more and a bit better to help assess you and find the things that you need. Do you have any like? Do you struggle with any sort of like mental health kind of issues or related problems like that that are considered, bigger than what you're going through?
No mental health issues. I guess just the anxiety and then sometimes like the depressive thoughts. But other than that, nothing too serious.
Is there anything else that you would like to share? Any other thing that you think that would be important for me to know, or whatever you would like to disclose?
Other than that, no, just the next step is just going to be the transition, and I think we've covered a lot of that. So yeah, thank you.
And talking about that, we should make a plan for this. So, what would you say would be one of a problem that you would like to um, have a thought out plan for to
Um, I guess transitioning the kids into a new school,
okay.
and then another one would be, what is it? Do you need two or one?
We could focus on the first one
First one,
first, and then we could
okay.
go on the second one. Transitioning kids to a new school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what do you think? What would you need from us as an agency? What would you need as me as your social worker for you and the kids to be able to get through this and
I think just like emotional and social like resources on how to keep the kids involved, like how like to provide new like activities for them or just things to keep them busy, or things that they can do.
so like setting them up in after school programs and
Yes,
sports programs, maybe in
definitely.
the arts, dance, things like that, just to get them
Yes, definitely.
busy and
Yeah, feel more welcome.
Okay. Are there any other things other than that you think we need?
I think once they get into like those things, it'll help with the transition.
It'll kind of trickle down.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you say would be a goal that you would want to have towards this problem?
Have them like go through the 1 year of school and like be involved in whether it be sports teams or clubs, and just have them be feeling like they're enjoying their new environment.
So we would have to make some action steps in order for this to be resolved and for this to happen. Some things that we could go about by achieving these goals would be to maybe have them sign up at a local YMCA, and things like that. What would you think should be some certain tasks that would be achievable and realistic for these goals?
I guess sign up in classes with the YMCA, and then see if the school offers any like book clubs or things that would be very cost minimal. Whether it be a sports team or a club, maybe just like one club or sports team for like each of the children.
So I know in order to be involved in some after school kind of things and programs, maybe outside of school, there will be sort of like an admissions kind of fee and things like that. So not saying that that's not achievable and things and that way, but if we were to maybe if one of your children were really adamant and really really want to go for something, and maybe cost will be a factor in that, how would we go about? How would you want to go about that?
I would probably have to make sure that I'm working the 2 jobs so I can afford that. But I would have to explain to like my child that it would they could probably only do the things that we could afford, which would be difficult. But yeah, just trying to be like upfront with them as possible.
Okay. So how would you I know all of your kids are under the age of 10,
Mm-hmm.
right? Do you plan on signing them up for just anything? Like, do you want them to have any type of say in what they want to be in, or
I would
how do you go about that?
I would probably see what the YMCA offers and then ask the kids if they're interested in any of these or if they're interested in anything that the school offers, and I guess see what they like to do and what we can afford and try and combine both of them.
Okay, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
And what is your anticipated time frame in order to achieve this goal? Because I know at the beginning of the school year, it does get hard for kids to transition, and even if you guys were to move and transition into the school year at the middle of the school year, I know that gets even harder because the school year already started and they have to make friends all over again. So what would be kind of your time frame where you would like to see this transition happening and moving forward?
I would love to start the new school year in September, and then I would love to have them join like activities mid-September or like October, November. So give them like some time to adjust and then start the activities. So as quick as possible, but I don't want to overwhelm them with too many activities.
Yeah, I agree. I'm sorry, you said around
mid-September, early October, like give them a month maybe. I'm not sure if that'll be enough time, but
okay. Well, I think that sounds good. Especially if you guys are planning on starting the new school year in September. That's definitely mid-September, early October. That's definitely like a good enough time to kind of get settled in and start these fall activities. Yeah. So as we were doing our service plan, I know you mentioned working the 2 jobs, and you also mentioned this at our last session, and I just wanted to kind of follow up on that and on how that's going. And yeah, if you're planning on, getting a new one, like what's going on with that?
I'm gonna keep the 2 jobs.
You're currently
working. One of them is a bakery, and the other one is retail, like in a store. And it's hard to balance the hours, but the extra money is good. And it'll help once school starts because then I can really focus on earning money and doing things like that. So, yeah.
And so you mentioned that you have trouble balancing the hours from the 2 jobs. How do you go about that? How does it work? Do they make the schedule for you? Is it flexible or?
They make the schedule for me, but I've been trying to like switch shifts with people and like let them know like kind of what the situation is and that the kids are at school and they need to be picked up and brought to clubs, and I'm anticipating that now so that when I do need to do it, I can try and get better hours.
Okay. Do you see yourself let me not word it that way. Hold on, just give me
Mhm.
So I know that right now one of our main pro- um, like focuses is to find housing for you and your family. And are you saving up money from these 2 jobs in order to make that happen? Um,
A lot of the money is going towards groceries right now and clothes, especially because it's coming close to summer. They'll need like school supplies. So the money is going right now to the house and groceries. But once we go to the homeless shelter, hopefully it'll be more towards food and then saving up for a house or apartment. So I'm going to try and save, but also provide the food and then clothes and however much is needed elsewhere.
okay. Um, so I know that in our last session you mentioned that the current place where you're living in is not, it's not livable. Are you guys still out of power and heat and things like that? Or did the situation change?
We're out of heat, but we do power. Most of the time we have power, but it does go off for short times during the day just because footing the bill it catches up. So.
And have you had any conversations with your landlord? Has that?
Yes, we have a fairly good relationship, but it's been kind of tense just because he knows we're moving out, and just the last few months, just kind of like getting the next steps ahead.
Mm-hmm. Did he give you guys a kind of like a set date of by the time you guys need to be out, or?
He gave us a couple months. He said summertime that we should probably transition out. So
by the end of the summertime or by the beginning?
Beginning.
By the beginning. So that gives you about roughly 1 more month to kind of figure out what the next steps are going to be. It's not too bad. We could definitely make moves in that 1 month. So, what would you like? Since we have 1 more month to kind of figure out what the transition and things are going to be. What would you like to see happen? What would you like to do?
I would like to, I guess, find a place and then figure out what school district the kids would be in, and if a bus would take them to school, and then see how close the place would be to my places of work.
Do you plan on still, since might be moving to a different district, and you're still going to be working these 2 jobs? Do you think that do you want it to be near where you want to live, or do you?
It would be ideal if it was close to where I live, but I could commute with a bus, or I would be okay to commute.
So you're willing to commute and. Okay. Sounds good. This all seems very, very realistic, and we'll be able to definitely get through all of this. And let's set up another kind of goal for you. So what is another need or problem that you would like to resolve?
I guess the symptoms of anxiety.
Okay.
And the depressive episodes.
So how would we go about trying to resolve your um, depressive and anxiety feelings and symptoms? What would be some needs that you would need?
Yeah, probably something that would not require medication. So something that I could do and afford that would just kind of be therapeutic.
Okay, so more like a talk therapy where
Yeah.
it's just you and the therapist
Yes.
just talking about it and not
Mm-hmm.
prescribing any types of medication. And as you go about um, let me rephrase
Mm-hmm.
what would you like to what would you like the outcome to be from you going to talk therapy?
The outcome would be just less anxiety on a daily basis, and I guess maybe some tools to help me like remain calm and be able to work and just go about the daily activities.
Do you ever feel like you're not able to work and go about your day because of your anxiety?
Sometimes it interferes, like on the commute to work or getting home, thinking about all the things that I have to do after I'm home. But other than that, I can still go about the day.
Okay, so you're still able to manage it, but it's definitely
still there
in your mind throughout the day. Okay. So you would say like a goal would be to just learn some skills and
ways to minimize the anxiety.
Okay. I know you mentioned that you do have Medicare as your insurance. I'll definitely be able to see if there are any type of talk therapy that can go under your insurance so that it won't be out of pocket. So that I would definitely be glad to. What are?
Oh, you're fine.
Are there any kind of action steps that you would like to take?
I guess just reaching out and seeing if I could like find a provider.
And in order for you to reach your goal, how long would you like? What's a realistic kind of time frame that you think will be enough for?
I guess
you
just
to achieve this.
Maybe just over the year.
Okay.
Like a year.
So over the course of a year?
Yes.
And do you mean over the course of a year of you finding a therapist? Or
maybe
you would like to go to therapy over the course of a year?
therapy over the course of the year, and maybe
Mhm.
just try like in a month or two and try, or however long it takes, but maybe sooner find a
The
therapist.
sooner the better.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good.
Mhm.
So I would say that our target date to find a provider would be, would April? No, we're in April. Sorry.
No.
By June,
Mhm.
definitely. And for transitioning kids to a new school, that
Mhm.
we should definitely work through that throughout the summer,
Yes.
so that by September they're all set and done, and no stress added on stress to be handled there. And yeah,
Sounds good.
I think this meeting went on very well.
Mhm.
I know that it could be very stressful and anxiety building, transitioning your kids to a new environment and a new setting, and also distress from having two different types of jobs and not really knowing what's gonna happen with like your placement of housing. But oh no, my computer, come on. Sorry.
That's okay. There you go. Okay.
Yeah. But all of these goals and things that you want to achieve are very, realistic. We'll be able to definitely make this happen. I would, definitely, follow up with you. You could, here's my
Thank you.
my business card. If you ever need to reach out to me, and I would love to follow up with you. As an agency, our mission and is to help you guys in whatever that you would definitely need. So we won't necessarily meet on for more sessions, but just always know that I would definitely follow up with you. And if you do ever need me, call me. And if you ever do need another visit, consultation with me, I'm definitely here. So just reach out and it'll be. Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
Sounds good.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Bye. Oh, not bye. But you know what I mean.
Bye.
Bye.